Hey guys, it's and I have a tutorial now. It's not really a tutorial, it's just kind of a quick rundown. Hopefully I keep it under 10 minutes, but it's a quick overview of how I constructed Hold It Against Me, the remix I just came out with. I'm going to have the link to the SoundCloud song in the description, as well as the YouTube one, so send that to your friends. Have a listen. If you want the MP3, just message me and I can give that to you. But yeah, I'd appreciate it if you could share that on Facebook or show a friend or anything like that. That'd really be great. So to start out with, I really liked the way it sounded originally, but I did think it was kind of it could be sort of beefed up a little bit. Not, it's just sort of what I wanted to do for my own remix. I really wanted it to sort of be something completely different. So I changed up the tempo. I slowed it down from 130 beats to 112 beats into the sort of Moomba style tempo. My first order of business is I had this little snippet right here.
If I said I want your body, would you hold it against me?
And what I did is I put that in Edison through a reverb. So, for instance, epic verb here. And then I did Edison again. And basically it's this trick where, whoop, that's epic verb. It's this trick where you record the sample with reverb on it, and then you reverse it, and you can cut it and sort of edit it, and you'll get something similar to this from this sample right here.
If I said I want your body, would you hold it against me?
And that's the time stretched one, so it is a little bit slower. But this is where I took the reverb of it and I flipped it. So yeah, I recorded the reverb, reversed it, and then cut it to make it sound like it belongs there. So here it is. So here it was without anything.
If I said I want your body, would you hold it against?
And here it is with the little thing I created, the little vocal thing.
If I said I want
the reverb thing. But yeah, you can see it's a little bit smoother.
If I said I want your body, would you hold it against me?
Alright, then I go into the regular song. I use Slice X for the vocal loop. And I thought that was kind of catchy what I made there, so I kept it. I did some little experimenting and I eventually came up with that sequence right there. What else? The vocals. That's a key part of the song, right? And keep in mind, I'm going to try to keep this to about 10-15 minutes long, so it's going to be really quick what I'm going over here. If you have any specific questions on any section, I could definitely address those if you leave a comment. But I'm just going to go over some basics right here. So here's the my vocal chain.
Hey, over there, please forgive me if I'm coming on too strong. Hate to stare.
Basically, I just boosted the highs a little bit with this 19. Yeah, I'm just using the evaluation copy still. I'm thinking about buying this in just a little bit, because this is a really sweet equalizer I've been using for a while. I just haven't gotten around to buying it yet. I keep putting it off and I keep forgetting, but I'm going to in the near future. But yeah, definitely go and buy this one. Try it out at first, see if you like it. But it's 1975 by Stillwell. Really good stuff. Adds a lot of sweet top end. It's almost analog like, especially with the oversampling, but it's really good. It's a good one. The engineer's filter cuts out, as you know, the unneeded frequencies in the low end. I got the TDR, it's a feedback compressor, kind of doing some standard kind of low compression ratio compression. And then I got a limiter just to make sure that nothing really clips at all. Another trick I used is I had the glitch, this part right here. I had that going through and sidechaining from the regular main vocals. So the glitch will stand out above everything else when it's by itself, but when the main vocals are playing, the sidechain is going to reduce the gain on them, as you're gonna. I'll show you right here. You'll see. And you'll notice when there's gaps in her vocals, the level of the glitch starts to sort of creep back up, and that's because of that side chaining. And it's sort of subtle, but it does sort of kind of clear the way. And I couldn't make the glitch vocals sound as loud as they are if it wasn't for without the vocals, if it wasn't for the side chaining. So yeah, that was a good, neat little trick I had there. What else are some major things? The drop sections, if you haven't noticed, I like to consolidate them into single loops, and then just kind of condense them into the loops. And then if I need to clone them and make variations, I can just clone them and do a variation with everything else being the same. Makes it really quick and easy to work with, and yeah, good way to work. What else? The bass. The main bass I made in Silent. This guy right here. I shouldn't say the main bass, but the saw bass that sort of sounds like the original. And I sidechained it to the kick. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty much that. What else do we need to know? I got some arpeggiation here. Basically, I have one set of arpeggiated chords going into a different patch of almost, well, they're not identical, but they're similar chords. Right here. And basically just kind of blended them with a little bit of clever EQing and all that good stuff. Geez, what else? Now that I have the file open, I kind of am drawing a blank. Oh, another really kind of helpful thing I can sort of hopefully give to you guys. I have, when I started out, I didn't realize, well, it's not that I didn't realize, but it took me a while to sort of figure this out. But as you know, you can render WAV files in real time, or not in real time, but you know, obviously, sorry, obviously you can render it through the DAW, FL Studio, but you can sort of render groups of them, select groups that you want to render, and then you can put it back into your song, and you can do different effects on them, you know, all, you know, summed into one insert, you know, on here. So if you have all of these guys in here and you want to control the parameters of all of them on one single effect, instead of putting that single effect on all of these and then attaching it to, you know, a bunch of automation clips, or even one automation clip if you know how to do that, you can simply do what I did, which was, well, here's the pattern. I rendered that as a wave, first of all, and I stuck it in the song right here. And I took out the little blips there, and I put it on insert number 33 here. I also, oh, just kidding. I put on insert number 32, and I attached a low-pass filter to it, and I automated it, as you can hear. And this way I could automate the, I could filter out all these groups of instruments while not having to put a filter on each of those inserts, which saves CPU, and it's also just a lot easier. So check it out. So there's that. I also have these blips doing sort of the opposite. It's high passing. So let's check that out. Oh, right here. So what I did is I took the blips out of that. When I rendered it, I took the blips out. So then I put the blips in a separate loop and high passed them in massive. I attached a macro to the high pass filter area, and also a macro to the pitch, and that's how I got that effect you'll hear on the blips. And that's, again, one of those like really simple synth patches you can make. You know, you really only need to adjust a few parameters. It's like a saw wave, a high pass filter, you know, maybe a little bit of pitch modulation. But other than that, it's like, you know, really incredibly simple to do, and it'll give you that kind of, you know, a cool blip sort of laser sound. So yeah, there's that. And I'm gonna stop humming because it's kind of annoying, I'm sure. Oh, another cool thing I think is kind of cool. It's very, what's going on here? Oh, never mind. Another thing that I think is kind of cool that I did was I pretty much sidechained most of the really big basses to the kick, so that the kick kind of comes through a little bit more. I'm going to demonstrate that here. Let's see here. Right here. Oops. And you can hear that's really subtle, but it does kind of make the it enables the kick to sort of peek out a little bit through that blistering madness that you hear, and it makes it a little bit more prominent. And yeah, you just always want to make sure that the kick stands out, because otherwise it's not a dance tune, right? But I did it on the what I call the blower synth. I also did it on, for this one, for the snares, for the blips, I sidechained it to the snare, because the blips usually fall on the snare, and I wanted the snare to stand out on over the blips a little bit too. I did it on the wobble for sure, where I sidechained the kick. Also on the saw lead, that one's some pretty obvious side chaining right here, right there. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I would say, for the general. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the general kind of overall tutorial of the session here. And another thing that I can't really stress enough is to be organized. I really organized this out very well. That's what I was really happy with at the end of doing this whole thing. Is it was really easy to find at the very end of the mix certain things that needed. When I was at the end of the mix, I needed to adjust certain things very subtly. It was really easy to find those things within the mix because I was pretty organized, and that's something I usually don't do. And it's something I always like to do, but I don't always do, and I was happy I did it this time. So that's just kind of my method, and you'll come up with your own method as you produce more and more, and you'll find that as you become better at your own method, you're going to start to be more comfortable, and you're going to produce better and better tracks. So yeah, hope this was helpful. Some of it was at least helpful. As I said, I'm going to be starting a mastering tutorial series hopefully pretty soon. I'm starting to plan it out and sort of fill it out. If you sent a something to my Dropbox and my SoundCloud to be evaluated for being in the series, for the mastering series, I tried checking. I couldn't find anything on my Uno one, but I'm going to check my Uno's mastering service. If it's not on there, try dropping it in on there, and if not, just message me, and you can send me an email, and I can check it out through email. Yeah, that's about it for now. Hopefully this was helpful again. Thanks for watching. Check out my stuff in the description, and what else? Anything you need to look out for. I'm starting a collab with DJ Arod. He's one of the guys I did a mastering tutorial, one of his songs. I did a mastering tutorial featuring that song, his song, and I don't know, we're still kind of working on it. So yeah, hopefully that turns out well. And as always, I'm working on my own stuff, so yeah, stay tuned. Yeah, now I'm just kind of rambling. I apologize. I always ramble at the end. So yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned, and leave any comments about any questions you might have, and I'll be sure to answer them. Thanks.